The Great War Council chamber was silent, an unnatural silence, heavy like a storm waiting to strike. Inside the enormous room, leaders from dozens of alien species sat around a massive hologram table. Their armor, robes, and symbols were different, but their expressions matched: fear, confusion, and exhaustion. The Galactic War had been raging for years. Two giant powers, the Varkos Dominion and the Hellion Empire, had destroyed entire star systems in their struggle to control the galaxy. Millions had died. Cities turned to ash. Planet after planet burned in endless battles. Everyone believed they understood this war. Everyone believed they knew every threat. But then, the strange reports began. A tremor passed through the room as a deep blue hologram activated. It showed a section of the outer battle front, where most recent fights had happened. But the map showed something strange: entire fleets missing. Destroyed. Gone without warning. Admiral Corax, a tall insectoid with 4 glowing eyes, stepped forward. His voice shook. "We have lost communication with 6 battle groups in the last 9 days. No distress calls. No survivors." Murmurs filled the chamber. Some leaders panicked. Others argued. No one had answers. Corax tapped the hologram again. Now it displayed wreckage from the outer rim. Dozens of warships floated as lifeless shadows. But something was wrong. Very wrong. The cuts on the ships were perfect, clean, smooth. Like something incredibly powerful had sliced through metal, shields, and armor as if they were thin paper. Counselor Riva, a reptilian leader, hissed in disbelief. "No weapon in the galaxy can cut like this. Not Hellion. Not Varkos. Not even black market shadow tech." Another hologram activated, this one showing strange energy signatures captured by long-range scanners. The lines were twisted, glowing, and completely unfamiliar. A younger commander whispered, "It looks like no technology we know." The council fell silent again. Then Admiral Corax spoke the words no one wanted to hear. "This is not the enemy. Something new has entered the war." The temperature in the chamber seemed to drop. Something new. Something powerful enough to destroy fleets quietly. Something fast enough to leave no survivors. Something precise enough to cut battleships in half. Before anyone could respond, the hologram table flickered with static. The lights dimmed. A deep tone echoed through the chamber, an alert signal none of them had heard before. Unknown ship detected. Unknown fleet approaching. Unknown technology. Then the hologram cleared, and the room froze. A dark fleet appeared. Silent. Cold. Sharp like blades carved from night. Their armor was black and reflective, swallowing all light. Their engines glowed with strange blue fire that didn't match any known power source. On every ship, strange symbols shimmered like ancient markings. No one recognized the fleet. No one dared to speak. But then, someone whispered. A whisper that carried fear, memory, and old legend. "Humans." The word spread through the chamber like lightning. Humans? Impossible. They went extinct centuries ago. No one has seen a human ship in generations. Humans were believed to be gone, lost in old wars, destroyed by disasters, forgotten by time. For many, humans were nothing more than stories, myths, warnings told to young soldiers. But the fleet before them was real. Very real. Grand Chancellor Amos, one of the oldest council members, finally spoke. "Are we sure? Show us more." Additional holograms appeared. Images from surviving scout drones. Footage from border satellites. Every image showed the same dark fleet, moving with precision, unity, and terrifying control. A final image made the entire council fall silent. A human face, helmet visor open, eyes cold, calm, focused, not extinct, not weak, not forgotten, just returned. Standing at the center of the council table hologram, the human commander spoke through a cracked transmission. "We are not here for your war. But we will end it if we must." The message was short. The tone was sharp. The threat was clear. One of the alien generals slammed his fist on the table. "They are choosing sides. They will change everything." Another shouted, "We must prepare our armies. Humans do not enter wars quietly." Fear spread through the chamber. Plans were shouted, alarms flashed, officers rushed to send orders to their fleets. Because everyone understood one simple truth. When humanity enters a war, the entire galaxy must change. Admirals began preparing defenses. Commanders moved fleets. Generals armed soldiers. Everyone expected chaos, destruction, and the rise of a new superpower. The council leader raised his voice. "All forces will prepare for contact. We do not know if they are friend or enemy. But we do know one thing. This war will not be the same anymore. Above them, the hologram of the human fleet slowly rotated, dark, powerful, silent. A new player had entered the Galactic War. A player the galaxy had forgotten. A player that never fought unless the stakes were massive. The Council did not know if humanity came to save the galaxy, or to burn it. But they would find out soon. Very soon. Because the moment humanity returned, everything changed. The Great War Council did not sleep that night. Every alien leader stayed awake, staring at the dark hologram of the returning human fleet. The council chamber felt cold, like the air itself feared what was coming. For centuries, humans were only a story. Old legends said they were a small species, always emotional, always unpredictable. Some said they were kind. Some said they were dangerous. But everyone agreed on one thing. Humans should not exist anymore. Yet their ships now appeared at the edge of the war zone, silent, sharp, and filled with unknown power. The first report. At dawn, a new transmission arrived. It came from a small alien scout ship on the front line. The message was broken, filled with static, but one thing was clear. We made contact with them. The council grew silent. The recording continued. There were no warnings. No signals. Their ships just appeared, like shadows. Their engines made no sound. Their armor absorbed all light. We tried to scan them, but our scanner stopped working. The voice on the transmission sounded terrified. They didn't attack us. They didn't speak to us. They just passed by, watching us. Like they were studying us. Then the transmission ended with a sharp scream and silence. The entire council looked at each other. Humans did not fire a single shot, one alien commander said slowly. But still our ship was destroyed. Another added, they were not angry. They were not afraid. They were simply observing. A strange fear spread in the room. No one understood what humans wanted. No one understood why they returned now, in the middle of the biggest war in galactic history. The war escalates. Days passed. The two great alien powers, the Zarkan Dominion and the Valerian Union, continued fighting. Space battles lit up the stars. Missiles, lasers, gravity bombs, everything was used. But suddenly, something impossible happened. The battle started ending early. Not because one side won. Not because one side surrendered. But because the battlefield went silent. Entire fleets, thousands of ships, were found floating in space. Not destroyed. Not damaged. Just empty. Every living being inside them had vanished. No bodies. No signs of struggle. Just cold, silent ships drifting like ghost vessels. Both warring sides blamed each other at first. But soon they realized the truth. This was the work of the new human fleet. The unseen attack. A Valerian general reported the strangest incident. His fleet had been fighting near a dying sun. The battle was going badly and his ships were losing power. Then the space behind them opened, like a giant invisible curtain being pushed aside. Human ships emerged from that empty space, silent and dark. They moved like hunters. No sound. No light. Only cold, sharp metal gliding forward. The Valerian ships prepared for war. But humans never fired. Instead, bright blue lines appeared on the enemy ships. Thin, perfect, almost beautiful. Within seconds, the enemy fleet split apart into clean pieces, like a fruit sliced by a blade. No fire. No explosions. Just silent destruction. The humans then vanished as quickly as they came. Not a single message. Not a single word. Just a quiet storm passing through a battlefield. The galaxy begins to panic. Rumors spread everywhere. Humans can cut ships with light. Humans can appear anywhere in space. Humans know technology older than the galaxy. Humans do not take sides, they judge. Fear grew like a shadow. For the first time in many years, the two great alien powers began to consider peace. Not because they wanted to stop fighting, but because both sides feared the same enemy. Humanity. A secret meeting. The council finally held a private meeting. Only the highest-ranking leaders were allowed inside. The room was dark. The hologram of the human fleet floated in the center. An old alien scholar entered. He carried ancient records from thousands of years ago. He spoke slowly. Humans were never truly weak. They were never truly gone. They simply disappeared. Everyone listened. Long ago, humans discovered something powerful. A technology that allowed them to travel not just through space, but between layers of reality. They learned to move in the shadows of the universe. He pointed at the hologram. And now they have returned. Their fleet is traveling in places our ships cannot follow. Another leader whispered, "Are they here to destroy us?" The scholar shook his head. Humans do not destroy without reason. They never wanted war. They always wanted peace, but peace with justice. He paused. And if they believe we are destroying the galaxy, they will stop us. Dead silence filled the chamber. For the first time in galactic history, all alien powers had a common fear. Not of each other, but of what humanity might do next. The human message. Just when panic reached its peak, a new hologram appeared in the sky of every major alien world. A single human figure stood in the center, wearing black armor, helmet glowing white. The voice was calm. The voice was strong. "We have seen your war. We have seen your destruction. This galaxy is dying because of your endless fighting." The figure raised a hand. "This war ends soon. Whether you choose peace, or whether we force it." The message ended. The galaxy froze. Because humanity had finally spoken. And the real war was about to begin. The galaxy did not have to wait long to understand the truth about humanity. Only 3 days after the strange human fleet was detected, the Great War entered a new and terrifying phase. Both alien superpowers, the Zirith Dominion and the Valkyr Empire, moved their battle lines toward the outer rim. They prepared for the unknown force that had appeared between them. No one expected what happened next. A silent battlefield. A massive Zirith fleet arrived at Sector 19. Hundreds of warships formed walls of steel and plasma. Their engines glowed red. Their commanders waited for battle. Across the battlefield, the Valkyr Empire gathered its own armada. Tall black cruisers, heavy dreadnoughts, and carriers armed with thousands of attack drones. The two armies stared at each other across the empty space. Both sides were ready to fire. But suddenly, every ship on both sides detected the same thing. A third force was entering the battlefield. And it was not Zirith. It was not Valkyr. It was humanity. The arrival of the human flagship. From the edge of the system, a single giant vessel appeared. It did not look like any known alien ship. It was dark, silent, and shaped like a long blade. Its armor absorbed all sensor scans. Even battle computers failed to identify it. At the center of the alien fleets, fear spread like fire. The Valkyr admiral whispered, trembling, "Is that a human ship?" A Zirith commander answered softly, "No, that is not a ship. That is a warning." The humans did not speak. They did not send a signal. They simply moved forward. A cut through the darkness. Without any sound, without any visible weapons charging, the human flagship unleashed its power. A thin blue line of light flashed. Just a single line. For a moment, it seemed harmless, almost peaceful. But then, 3 Zirith cruisers broke apart cleanly, as if cut by a perfect blade. No explosions. No debris. Just silent destruction. Panic spread across the Zirith fleet. What kind of weapon is this? How can a beam so thin? Before the officer finished speaking, the human ship fired again. This time toward the Valkyr fleet. 5 Valkyr battleships split open like paper. Their armor melted into dust before the pieces drifted apart. Both alien armies froze. This was no enemy they had ever faced. This was no normal weapon of war. This was human engineering, refined through centuries of isolation, growth, and mystery. Humans do the impossible. The human flagship stopped between the two alien fleets. It did not turn its guns on one side. It did not choose a target. It simply blocked both armies, standing alone against thousands of alien ships. A Valkyr officer shouted, "They are not attacking only us. They are stopping the war." A Zirith captain replied, "No, they are showing us their strength. They want control." A loud, deep sound suddenly filled every ship. It wasn't a signal. It wasn't a message. It was a command. Every alien officer heard the same voice inside their mind. "This war ends now." Shock filled the control rooms. Humans were not supposed to have psychic communication. No human technology had ever shown such ability. But the voice continued, calm and cold. "You have wasted millions of lives. You have burned worlds for pride. Not anymore." Across the battlefield, the alien crews trembled. Some felt rage. Others felt fear. But everyone felt one thing. Humanity had changed. A new kind of power. More human ships arrived. Not one. Not 10. But an entire fleet. Silent. Dark. Perfectly aligned. They formed a barrier between the two alien armadas. No Zirith or Valkyr ship dared to move closer. Every sensor failed. Every weapon jammed. Every engine locked. It was as if the human fleet shut down the battlefield with invisible chains. A Zereth admiral slammed his fist on the console. This is impossible. No species should control this much power. A Valkyr commander whispered the words everyone feared. They are not the humans we once knew. And then the human voice spoke again. Stand down, or be removed. Alien fleets forced to retreat. For the first time in galactic war history, both great powers did the same thing. They retreated. Not because they wanted peace. Not because they feared each other. But because they feared the humans more. The human fleet did not chase them. Did not fire again. Instead, the humans simply stayed in the center of the abandoned battlefield, silent, watching, waiting. As the alien fleets moved away, one thought echoed through every mind. Humanity has returned stronger than any empire. And the galaxy would never be the same. The galaxy watched the two fleets facing each other in cold silence. The human fleet and the Great Alliance fleet. No one fired. No one spoke. Only the void of space carried the heavy tension. Inside the command ship of the Alliance, Admiral Theros felt his heartbeat slow and freeze. The humans were like ghosts from history, spoken about in fear, in warnings, in stories meant to scare children. He had never believed those stories. He had thought humans were weak, emotional, broken. But now, looking at their powerful ships, he realized the ancient stories were true. Humans were dangerous. In the human flagship, Captain Aaron Hale stood in front of a wide screen, watching the alien ships aim at them. He was calm. Too calm. His crew waited for orders, ready to fire at any moment. Captain, his first officer said softly, they fear us. Aaron nodded. They should. But fear will not guide us today. He remembered the last days on Earth before humanity vanished from the galaxy. The old alliance had betrayed them in a war. Humans had left the galaxy to survive alone, choosing isolation over destruction. Now they had returned. And every alien in the galaxy expected revenge. But humans had not come for revenge. They had come because the galactic war was getting worse. Millions were dying. Civilizations were collapsing. The galaxy was heading into darkness. No one is saving them, Aaron whispered. So we will. His crew listened in silence. We did not come to destroy, Aaron said. We came to end this war. On the Alliance ship, Admiral Theros suddenly received a signal. A human hologram appeared in the center of the bridge. It was Captain Aaron. Every alien warrior lifted their weapons. Theros ordered them to lower their guns, but even he felt his hands shaking. The hologram spoke with a calm, steady voice. We are not your enemy, Aaron said. But we will become your enemy if you attack us first. Theros swallowed hard. Why have you returned? He asked. To stop the war, Aaron replied. To end the destruction. To save lives. Theros felt confusion and disbelief. You want peace, after everything that happened centuries ago? Yes, Aaron said. Because the past does not decide the future. Silence filled the bridge. Aliens looked at each other, uncertain, nervous, shocked. Humans offering peace? No one expected that. But then Aaron's voice became colder. However, he continued, we will not allow either side to destroy the galaxy. If you continue this war, we will stop you all. The hologram flickered and vanished. The entire Alliance bridge froze in fear. In the Great War Council chamber, leaders from many species watched the broadcast with wide eyes. Some whispered, humans want peace? Impossible. This is a trick. They want to control the war. They want to rule us. But one old alien elder shook his head. You fools, he said. Humans do not want a throne. They want balance. They want survival. They want order. The room fell silent. Then a distant alarm sounded. A new signal appeared on the hollow table. Thousands of human ships preparing for a massive operation. What are they doing? A commander asked. The answer came quickly. Humans, the AI announced, are moving toward the central battlefield. To stop both sides. The council stared in horror. Are they planning to force peace? Is this an intervention? Will they attack us next? But deep down all of them knew the truth. Humanity was not choosing a side. Humanity was choosing the galaxy itself. Back on the human flagship, Captain Aaron stood with his officers. The galaxy thinks we are monsters, one officer said. Aaron smiled slightly. Good. Fear keeps them from making stupid choices. And if they attack us? Another asked. Then, Aaron said, we show them why humans were feared. But then he looked out at the stars. And we also show them why humans were trusted. He turned to his crew. Prepare the peace operation. We begin in 2 hours. His officers saluted. They would not conquer the galaxy. They would not become rulers. They would become something far more dangerous. Peacemakers with unmatched power. And once humanity entered the galactic war, nothing would ever be the same again. The battlefield became silent after the blast. The alien fleets floated in shock, staring at the massive hole in the enemy's formation. Hundreds of enemy ships were gone, erased in one single human strike. For a moment, nobody spoke. Even the humans remained still, as if waiting for the galaxy to understand what had just happened. Then, slowly, the lights on the human flagship changed from red to blue. New symbols appeared across the hull, calm, steady, controlled. The human fleet began to move again. But this time, they were not attacking. They were protecting. Alien captains watched in confusion as human ships formed a defensive wall around the weaker fleets. Human drones flew out, repairing damaged alien cruisers faster than any known tech in the galaxy. Even enemy fire was intercepted by human barrier fields that looked like shining blue shields. One alien admiral whispered, "They saved us, why?" The galaxy had always believed humans were wild, emotional, and dangerous. Some species had even abandoned Earth centuries ago during the Great Collapse. Many believed humans died out. But now humans had returned stronger than ever, yet they were choosing mercy instead of destruction. Inside the human flagship, Captain Aaron Hale gave a simple order. Protect everyone. Attack only when needed. End this war. The Council fleets could hardly believe what they were seeing. Humans were not fighting for power. They were fighting to stop the war. Enemy ships tried another desperate assault. But the humans responded instantly. Their ships moved with impossible coordination, almost like one mind. Every shot was precise. Every action was controlled. They disabled enemy engines instead of destroying them. They trapped enemy cruisers in stasis fields instead of killing the crews. The galaxy had never seen war fought like this. The alien commander Vurok spoke through trembling mandibles. They fight with power, but also with honor. Another commander added, "They have become something new." The humans were no longer the emotional, chaotic species from old stories. They were calm, focused, incredibly advanced. The humans used strange technology the galaxy had never seen before. Energy nets, gravity blades, shield waves, healing drones. Each device was controlled with perfect accuracy. Alien soldiers inside their ships watched in awe. For the first time in centuries, the enemy fleet began to retreat. The humans did not chase them. They let them go. This shocked everyone even more. A quiet message from the human flagship spread across all comm lines. This war must end. Too many have died. We will help you, if you stand with us. The words echoed in every alien ship. Simple, clear, strong. For so long, the galaxy believed humans were unpredictable and dangerous. But now they were seeing the truth. Humanity was dangerous only to those who sought endless war. To everyone else, humans were protectors. The Council's highest admiral bowed his head. Without them we would have fallen today. The fleets regrouped behind the humans, trusting them more with every passing second. A new feeling rose in the hearts of many alien soldiers. Hope. But deep inside the enemy territory, something enormous was awakening. The true mastermind of the war felt the humans' arrival. It saw their power. It sensed their compassion. And it felt fear. Because humanity had returned not as conquerors, not as victims, but as the force that could change the fate of the entire galaxy. And this was only the beginning. The battlefield was silent for a moment. Alien fleets, broken and confused, floated in the darkness. Energy fires burned across the stars. Ships drifted without control. The Great War had reached its highest point. And in the center stood the humans. For centuries, everyone believed humans were gone. Extinct. Lost in some forgotten war. But now humanity stood stronger than ever. Their ships were covered in glowing armor. Their engines burned with a strange, powerful light. Their technology looked ancient and futuristic at the same time. The alien commanders stared at them with fear and confusion. Who were these humans? What did they want? Why had they returned? Then the human flagship opened its front armor plates and revealed something unbelievable. A giant energy core pulsed inside the ship. It shined like a small star. Its light spread across the battlefield. Every alien sensor started screaming warnings. This energy was impossible. This energy did not exist in any alien database. One alien scientist whispered, This is not normal power. This is star core energy. This is impossible." But humanity had done the impossible. Another alien commander spoke softly. Humans always break the rules of the galaxy. While all alien ships watched, the humans released small drones, silver spheres that moved like living creatures. They flew across destroyed battlefields and started repairing ships. Even alien ships. Even enemy ships. They fixed engines, sealed damaged hulls, and restored life support. The aliens were shocked. A great war was happening. Enemies were everywhere. And yet, humans were helping everyone? One alien soldier said. They are repairing us? Why? A human hologram appeared on every ship. A female human commander, calm and strong, spoke. We did not return to destroy the galaxy. We returned because your war is reaching a point of no return. If this war continues, all life will fall. We are not here to win. We are here to stop the end. Her words shook everyone. Aliens expected humans to choose a side. But humans chose something different. They chose peace. But the galaxy was not ready for peace. The two great alien powers, the Red Dominion and the Iron Collective, did not trust humanity. They believed the humans were planning a secret takeover. So, in the middle of the battlefield, both powers launched their final attack. And they both aimed at the humans. Millions of missiles. Planet destroyer beams. Supercharged plasma storms. Everything fired at the human fleet. The galaxy watched in silence. But something happened that no one expected. The human fleet did not move. They did not fire back. They simply activated their star core shields. A giant sphere of bright energy expanded from the human flagship. It covered the entire battlefield. Every attack touched the shield, and simply vanished. The missiles faded like dust. The beams dissolved like water. The plasma storms turned into harmless light. The aliens stared in pure shock. One commander whispered, "They blocked everything without attacking us." Another said, "This is not power. This is control." When the shield faded, every alien ship remained alive. No one was destroyed. No one was hurt. The human commander spoke again. "This war will end today. Not with destruction, but with understanding." Many alien leaders felt something strange at that moment. Fear turned into respect. Confusion turned into wonder. For the first time in countless years, they looked at humans not as a threat, but as something else. Something greater. Something that could change the galaxy's future. The human commander ended her message with a final line. "You will see our true purpose soon. Humanity returns not as conquerors, but as protectors." The battlefield fell into deep silence. No one moved. No one spoke. Because in that moment, every alien realized one thing. Humanity's greatest power was not their technology, but their choice. The choice to protect even in the middle of war. And the galaxy would never be the same again. If you want Part 7 final, just say, Part 7 long. The galaxy held its breath. For the first time in centuries, every species watched the same screen. Every leader, soldier, citizen, and child stared with silent fear. Humanity's grand fleet floated above the burning battlefield. Alien fleets, both sides, waited, unsure what the humans would do. No one moved. No one fired. Commander Aaron Hale stood inside the command bridge of the human flagship Soul's Fury. He looked at the galaxy map, then at the live broadcast of all alien forces. His officers waited for his order. For a long moment, Hale said nothing. He simply watched the chaos of the war, the burning ships, the broken planets, the dead silence between stars. Finally, he spoke in a calm voice. "Enough." That single word carried across every channel in the war. Every species heard it. Every general froze. "Humanity did not return to destroy you," Hale continued. "We returned because someone has to stop this war. Someone has to save the galaxy, before the galaxy destroys itself." The alien leaders felt a strange emotion. Fear? Relief? They didn't know. A commander from the Red Dominion shouted on the channel. "You have no authority over us. Humans are extinct relics. You cannot end a war this big." Hale responded. "Watch us." He raised his hand. The human fleet changed formation, every ship aligning into a perfect wall of light. Thousands of engines glowed blue and white. And then something unbelievable happened. Human ships activated a technology no alien species had ever seen. A planet-scale barrier spread across the battlefield. It stretched for thousands of kilometers, forming a shining wall between the two enemy powers. Laser fire hit the barrier and vanished like drops of water. Missiles exploded harmlessly against it. Alien commanders gasped in shock. What is this technology? How is this possible? Humans, they built this? Human officers explained. We survived our exile by building tools to protect worlds, not destroy them. On the other side of the barrier, both alien factions were stunned. For the first time in the entire war, they could not reach each other. The fighting stopped. The battlefield went silent. And then Hale gave the next order. Bring them in. Two massive holograms appeared, the leaders of the two enemy powers. They glared at each other, full of rage. Hale stepped forward. For years you have been killing each other. For honor. For land. For old hatred. But look around you. He pointed at the screens showing destroyed planets, burning systems and silent graveyards of ships. This war has no victory. Only death. One alien leader growled. What do humans gain by stopping us? Hale answered. We gain the future. A long silence filled the chamber. Then Hale spoke again. We humans were nearly wiped out once. We know how easy it is to lose everything. That is why we will not let your war burn the galaxy. The second alien leader finally lowered his head. What do you want us to do? Hale took a deep breath. You will negotiate peace. On neutral ground. Under human protection. We will provide resources to rebuild your worlds. We will give safe passage between systems. We will stand guard so no side tries to break the treaty. The first leader stared at the hologram, shocked. You are offering help? Even after centuries of being ignored by the galaxy? Hale smiled. That is what humans do. We rebuild what others destroy. The galaxy watched in disbelief. Two enemy leaders, who had fought for generations, slowly extended their hands toward the hologram. The screen showed the moment everyone thought impossible. The two sides agreed to meet. The war was ending. All across the stars, crowds cheered. Children cried tears of joy. Even the toughest soldiers felt a weight lift from their hearts. The human fleet dimmed their engines, standing like guardians of peace. For the first time in hundreds of years, the galaxy felt calm. Commander Hale spoke one last time. This is only the beginning. Humanity did not return for revenge. We returned to build a better galaxy. And in that moment, every species realized something powerful. When humanity enters the war, everything changes. Not because humans are the strongest, not because they are the most advanced, but because humans carry something the galaxy had forgotten.